This is Pamela Yule for the Copenhagen Voice, and we're streaming live now with David Frost, the British ambassador here in Copenhagen, Denmark. Thank you. So, today is your last day here in Denmark, more or less, and I would like to ask you a couple of questions just to see how has your experience been here, and how long have you been here?
Sure, well I've been here 2.5 years, and I feel like I only just got here really. I can't quite believe I'm going. It's been a fantastic time here. I've really enjoyed it. Denmark's such a wonderful country, and I've had a great time here. I think the thing that struck me the most is just how close the relationship between Britain and Denmark is. I hadn't really realised when I came, although a lot of people have said to me. And now I really see in all the human contacts the fact that we agree on so many policy issues, we work together so closely. It is really a strong relationship, and I feel really privileged for being part of it. It's been a fantastic honour.
How long were you supposed to be here for versus this time that you are leaving?
Well, I'd normally expect to do between 3 and 4 years, so I'm leaving, I guess, a year early. You never know in this job when you'll be asked to move, and so that's something you just accept. So I'm going back to London to do a good job in our foreign ministry, so I'm looking forward to that, but I feel extremely sad about going.
And what are the major accomplishments that you feel that you have done here, or made here, or contributed to, or worked with?
Well, I think I hope I've done my little bit to cement really good relations between our two countries. As I said, they're really close. I'm really glad I was part of that. I think the other thing I feel pleased that I've been able to do, and everyone in the embassy has been able to do, is really get involved in the Danish public debate. I've had my own blog here in Danish that I know a lot of people have read. I and colleagues at the embassy have appeared in the Danish press and media, and I feel really privileged that Denmark has allowed me to take it in this way.
What are the main debates that you've been participating in?
Well, there's been a lot of things really. I think both Britain and Denmark have a big debate about integration policy and how ethnic minorities can be brought into the mainstream of our societies, and we each have a lot of experience we can learn from each other in that. Debates about whether it's right for us to be involved together in Afghanistan or not, and that's really a sort of close relationship. And I'd just like to pay tribute to the Danes and the Brits who've lost their lives fighting for freedom in Afghanistan together. We have the highest regard for what our armed forces are doing. So that debates about Europe, where we share very similar views about the kind of European Union we'd like to see. So lots really, the whole range of things that we've tried to be involved in, and it's been a fantastic and wonderful experience.
What kind of conclusions have been drawn from these debates, for example?
I think these debates they will go on, and they're big political debates, and they'll continue for years. I think the conclusion I would draw is that it is possible for ambassadors and embassies not to be part of the ceremonial part of diplomacy, but to play a real part in modern diplomacy, and being involved in discussions, in influencing the political debate, and being there. So it's not just about going to cocktail parties, but it's about being part of the political life of the country. That's the conclusion I draw, that you can do it.
How has your blog been received?
I think I've been amazed really by the number of people who have, I think, at least glanced at it, and I think the advantage is that it's hosted by Berlingske Tidende, that hosts a number of other blogs by well-known commentators, so people come to look at not just me but many others as well, but they look at me in passing, and I think that's good. I think a lot of people read it, a lot of opinion forms in Denmark, and I'm struck by the number of people who comment that they've read what I've just written, so I'm really pleased that it's made a real impact.
Okay. Okay, is there anything that you would like to say on your last day here in Denmark, and anything that I haven't included? And of course I have one more question after this.
I think I just want to say I'm really sad to be going on a day when Denmark is looking so beautiful, with the blue sky, the trees beginning to turn red. It's been wonderful to be here, and I'm really going to miss it. And that's my main emotion today.
And are you looking forward to your commitment in England?
I am. It'll be a very interesting job. It'll be wider than European policy, which is what I've spent most of my time doing. It'll be a sort of role in defining the Foreign Office's strategy for the future, for the next 10, 20 years. And it'll be incredibly sort of stimulating and interesting.
What will be your role there?
Well, I'll be in charge of trying to sort of improve our policy making, I suppose, getting us to look beyond the day-to-day and think about our long-term goals and the resources we need for them, and how we can best do what we want in the world. So it'll be fascinating, I think.
Okay. And my last question is, what kind of advice do you have for the next ambassador that comes to Denmark? In particularly the climate, perhaps?
Yeah, I think the big event is in Denmark while he is here, at least in the short run. He's going to be the climate conference at the end of 2009. I think it's going to be a big challenge for this embassy and for all of us. And I think I hope that my successor is going to be able to project, I'm sure he will, the great record that Britain has on climate change, on our commitment to renewable energy, and the fact that we're very much following the lead that's been set by Denmark in this area. Denmark is fantastically influential on climate change, and many of us look to Denmark to take a lead. So I think the negotiations for this coming year could not be in better hands, and I would say good luck to Denmark.
What advice would you give him?
I think I would say be yourself. Project what you're interested in. Use your own skills, the subjects that you feel comfortable with, the issues you feel happy with. Denmark is a country that I think is really interested in what's going on in Britain. We have a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge in many areas, and I think I'm sure that Nick will do what I've done in projecting that out into Denmark and getting a hearing from Britain. And that'll be great fun for him, as it has been for me.
Great. Would you like to say anything to the Danish citizens that you're saying bye-bye to?
I think I would just say thank you for having me. It's been great fun. Thank you for putting up with me getting involved in your debates for 2.5 years, and thank you for being so welcoming, kind and friendly to me. I've always felt at home here, and I look forward to coming back before too long.
Great. Thank you very much. Pamela Yule signing out, Copenhagen Voice. Great.